Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first MuchGame podcast. Something new we've decided we were going to try.
By popular request, and by popular request, I mean like 2 people have asked us to do this, so we were like, fuck it, that's enough.
I know.
So,
I don't even know about 2 people on my end. I think you just presented the idea, and we decided to say, okay.
yeah, my ex asked, and that was about it. That's about it. You know,
good.
Great reasoning to do something
Still
new.
interested.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, since it's the first, we don't really have a direction to go. We have a few things we want to talk about, especially because we just found out about something that we feel very ashamed, and that would be Metal Gear Solid 5. We did not realize that it
It's
was
like
coming
getting
out.
a perfect steak put in front of your face. Like you can smell it, but you can't eat it yet.
Yeah, it's like getting an overhyped steak put in front of your face. It's like someone saying, here's an amazing steak and it's well done. It's not cooked to perfection. You're like,
I know, man.
I mean, it's a steak, but it's...
I wasn't even
could be
obsessed
better.
with the game at all. Didn't even really care that much until I saw that final trailer, and it was just like, what?
The one, are you talking about the one where it started with MGS1 and then went through all the stages
dude.
and
Dude, it brought tears
showed
to my
him and
eyes.
turning into
Dude.
fucking Deadpool, basically?
It was perfect, dude. It was perfect.
It was a good trailer. Do have a few issues with it. It's overhyping it.
Bullshit.
That's the
The
issue.
game has enough gameplay, and you know about the mechanics by now. That trailer did not overhype anything. People already know what they're gonna get. Like,
They know
it's
it-
not like there's nothing known about the game. People know.
Okay, there's one thing they're not going to know what they're getting, though. The controls are going to be completely fucking different. They're going to be weird as hell. They're going to be awkward as hell. And the trailer showed... Well, not the trailer, but gameplay that I've seen showed fucking third-person shooting. Barely any stealth. Not that it's a great stealth series in the first place, but...
I mean, the first and second one, yes, they're stealth games, but the stealth was very limited on, like, being stealthy.
Well, the first
Metal
2
Gear
were
Solid
much
3
more
was off the chain
geared
with
towards
stealth.
geared towards stealth, especially 3.
Oh, yeah.
But they turned it into first-person shooter. The first 2, you can't be stealthy because the shooting mechanics are so terrible.
I love them. I love
You
them
should
so
just
much.
completely ignore those.
I, however, did not like the direction with the Octo Camo. I was not a fan of it. Like, I just really wasn't. I did not like the fact that you could lay on the ground and optimize to the ground. I didn't like that at all.
That makes sense, though. That is something realistic that could happen.
What do you mean? So you're saying a guy pulling out a cardboard box and hiding that motherfucker can't happen?
I mean, it can happen, and it's fun as hell. It's called a box for it. I still love those. Everybody still loves those. If you don't, you're a fucking liar.
Well, I'm just saying, when it comes to, you can be stealthy. You can get around without being seen by, avoiding patrol or hiding behind a wall. But 3 offered you the chance to get the different camos, the grass and the trees. You could climb them to hide. I mean,
3
it took stealth to a whole new level when it comes to Metal Gear.
Yeah, and as far as Metal Gear, it did. Metal Gear Solid 3, I would say, is the best one in terms of what it's actually meant to represent. The first 2, it was pretty much it was forced stealth because the gunplay was so bad.
Well, I mean, come on, dude. You can't knock a PS1 game.
I can knock plenty of PS1 games.
Dude, that game was like revolutionary. Like, what do you mean, dude?
wouldn't say
I
revolutionary.
will never forget the first time playing that game. The game took me 2.5 months to beat. Like, and that was playing it every fucking day as a kid. I was like 10.
I didn't actually beat it until about 8 years ago.
What?
I emulated it on my laptop, and I finally beat it.
Yeah.
And
I'll never forget
it became
the moment.
my top 5 PS1 games. I will still talk plenty of shit on it, but it's in my top 5. And it will always be in my top 5 because it was just genuinely, it was fun.
I'll
Its
never
mechanics
forget
were horrible, though.
The moment when you beat it and you watch the credits and you hear Ocelot talking and he's like, "Yes, Mr. President." I was like, "What?
I don't remember
How
that
dare
part.
them do that?"
I do not remember that part.
It's after the credits. Dude, every Metal Gear Solid has an after credit conversation that, it's a 2-minute conversation.
Yeah,
Basically just saying, "Hey, we're going to leave a cliffhanger here for you if you've made it this far and watched all the credits."
If you've watched all the credits and understood all
Which-
the fucking credits, I do not even attempt to try to
no.
follow the entire story. There's a guy named Snake. You
If
sneak
I-
through
if I
shit,
remember-
done, game over.
No, fuck that, dude. If I remember correctly, Snake destroys Metal Gear in the first one.
Yeah.
If I'm I think I'm being correct on this, but there's a phone call at the end, and it's Otacon talking to the president, and he's talking about giving him something or something like that. Like he wants. I know the story now, but back then, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But it's basically him saying, "Hey, Mr. President, I'm going to give you and some Metal Gear," and then in the second one, the last boss, obviously Solidus, the president of the United States. So yeah, it's just, dude, I can't wait to see how the story ends.
I have no interest in the story at all.
I am so sad that this is the last one.
Why? Because Kojima left a...
Well, just that
Konami?
and I feel like that basically says that there'll never be a remake of any of the other ones on PS4. Like, oh, we're gonna remake Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3 on PS4. Like, could you imagine?
They already did that for the PS3 though.
They didn't remake the fucking games. They just made them in HD.
They remastered.
I mean, like,
You're
I
talking
want,
about a full-blown remake?
Like
about
Resident
different
Evil. They're
controls
bringing
and all
back
that?
Resident Evil 2 now, like just like they did the first one.
Finally.
I had figured that too, and I know for a fact they'll do Resident Evil 3, which happens to be my favorite. So
Yeah,
that's
3
what
I
I'll be
never
looking forward
finished.
to.
But
Oh, dude, 3 was the shit, dude. Like,
are you talking about like
you
a
dropped the nuke?
remastering, or are you talking about a remake, as in they changed the
I want-
controls and everything?
Not change the controls, just remake the game for modern consoles.
That would just be a remastering then.
Well, still, like
That's what they
never
did
gonna
on,
happen.
That's what they
It's
did
never
with
gonna
the
happen.
PS3.
No, they didn't like remake the game. They weren't like we're gonna like
Oh,
rewrite
you're
the
talking
game.
about completely remaking the graphics like the Final Fantasy
Yeah.
VII thing, not just
Yes.
upping the resolution.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That will never happen.
That would
and
be
that makes
cool.
me sad. I want to see more of Shadow Moses and its glorious, amazing. God damn it, dude! And another time this game has brought tears to my eyes. Metal Gear Solid 4, the mission where you go back to Shadow Moses, dude. It was so unexpected to me that oh my god, when I saw it, it blew my mind. Like, I didn't know what to think, dude. I was just like, holy fuck! And it lets you play like the a few minutes of the PS1 version, like as his memory. It's so fucking awesome, dude. It's just so awesome.
I don't remember that point. I don't remember
What?
a whole lot of. I don't remember a whole lot of anything after 1. I just don't.
Oh, well, you're fucking
To
missing
me,
out, bro.
Well, that's because to me, 1 was it genuinely did change some things, but the rest of them,
Right.
I never completely got through 3. What was
What?
that? What was that one with the shitty card mechanics?
Metal Gear Acid.
Even you hated that.
Hey, okay.
You gotta
I'll put it
admit,
to you
that's-
this way.
That was stupid.
When I first played it, I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Yes, because I thought that it was gonna be a Metal Gear game. Same thing with Peace Walker. Don't get me wrong. Peace Walker, yes, it's considered in the storyline of Metal Gear, but the game is shit. I hate the fucking Fulton system. I hate the fact that you can suck guys back up to Mother Base. That's not what I'm interested. And I get why they do it, because it's Big Boss in the Zanzibar land. He had the fucking army. It's kind of like how he did it. I don't know. Like, Metal Gear Solid 3 to me was weird at first because you were playing as Big Boss and not Solid Snake. Not to mention 2 pissed me off because you played as Raiden most of the time. Like, that killed me as a person.
That pissed a lot of people off because they were
Dude,
like,
I
"Hey,
hate it.
I'm getting a Metal Gear Solid game. Who the fuck is this naked guy?"
The first fucking scene, he has the mask on. He's like, "This is Snake." Like, trying to fucking fool you. And it's just like, why would you do that?
Yeah, that was kind of a red
Why
herring.
would you
that
do
was,
that?
That was fucked up on their part. That's
Like, I remember
that's like
playing
having a
Metal Gear Solid
Halo
2.
game, and all of a sudden you're just some random like, I'm fucking the black sergeant guy. Just pops out of
you mean
nowhere.
like, so it's like Halo, what was that? Halo Reach, I believe?
What about Halo Reach?
Like, where you don't play as Master Chief, you kind of play as like a soldier. And
Well, Halo ODST, you just
That's what it
plays
was.
as standard Marine, and Halo
That's what it was.
Reach, you don't play as Master Chief. You play as the Spartans before him, who
See,
all die.
I'm probably like you when it comes.
It's complete prequel.
I don't know anything about Halo. Like, never beat a game.
I've read parts of the books, some of the books.
I've never done anything with Halo. Then again, I never had online. Back in the day when Xbox and Halo was popular, I didn't have internet or anything like that.
Yeah, see, well, you had internet, but you were playing Counter-Strike.
Which brings me to a topic, dude. What kills me about video games these days is This is another reason why I'm so excited for Metal Gear Solid 5, because it feels like a game that's not online, but I want to play it so fucking bad just for the story.
It's becoming it's one of those few games that they're actually making focused on the game and the story itself, as opposed to let's tack on some multiplayer for the hell of it. Like God of
all
War.
Games now are fucking not all games, okay, but it just seems like most of the games people really only care to play online. Like, do you remember back when we had PS2, PS1, you know, when there was no online, dude? Like, it was like, you know, you sit down and every game you bought was basically just to play the story.
Yeah. Or, I mean, games like Twisted Metal or something like that, but you had to have people over.
Right.
And I love online. I love the fact that we can connect with so many other people, but it should not be mandatory. Games like fucking God of War Ascension should not have online, or like fucking when the PS3 first launched, most of the games out today on consoles don't even have split screen. That's pathetic. Right. And on PC, it's even harder to find.
Dude.
Why is that so hard? It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
If you can make it to where there's a fucking network that connects you to a million other people, you can make it to where the game can split into 2 screens.
Yeah, well, that's why I have all the old school systems, man. Because you know, I've got to have that every once in a while in my life.
I mean, I don't have those systems. Most of them, I still have PS2 and N64 and SNES and NES and shit like that. But
right, well, I mean,
most of the
unless
time,
you live with somebody, you're playing online. You're not playing with your friends anymore. I mean, there's no reason me and you should have to go to one another's house to play video games because we can just hop online.
Yeah. Although a good point to that is some of the emulators do allow you to play games like the Super Nintendo games, shit like that. Some emulators do allow you to play online as if you were playing split screen. Yeah.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I didn't even know about that.
We should actually look into that because we haven't done anything like that on MuchGame yet. We should look into that.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if some games like fucking Fallout 4, when it comes out, or Kingdom Hearts 3, I wouldn't be surprised if they tack on multiplayer to games that do not fucking need it.
Isn't that what they did with the Elder Scrolls, and it ended up being like a fucking disaster?
Well, no, they did the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, and then they made Elder Scrolls Online, which so many people... I waited for like 8 years. I was waiting so long for an online Elder Scrolls game. They made it its own thing. And then they completely fucked it up, and it was a disaster. And I don't even know why they still support it.
Yeah, so I've never played it.
Nobody should make MMORPGs. World of Warcraft still owns that. But stop fucking trying. There are plenty of other ways to make money. Those games, not worth it.
So I mean, as in bringing back video games, I mean, like, what do you want? What if you had the choice, if they sat you down and was like, hey, you can bring this game back, what would it be?
One game,
and that is it.
God
damn. You fucking say Halo?
No, it wouldn't be Halo. I had an Xbox One and I returned it because of Halo, because of how bad they did. They completely destroyed it. I will never buy an Xbox One again because
Speaking of remakes,
they fucked it up. If I had to bring back one though, what, the new Oddworld? That's good.
Oh my god, dude!
If I had to bring back one, it's a tie.
Yeah,
it's a tie. What is it? Which is weird. It'd be a tie between a good Time Splitters game and this is gonna sound weird because they still technically make these, but they're awful. A good Spyro game. If they could bring back platformers how they should be.
Yeah, please. That's what I'm saying,
For the love
dude.
of God.
I wouldn't even care if they were like, hey, we're going to start making these games, but we're going to release them on their original systems. I'd be like, all right.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, what happened to the good Crash Bandicoot? I mean, Nintendo seems to be the only one doing it anymore. Ratchet and Clank, that was a good platformer. I mean, it was
Jack and Daxter followed right in
Jack
his
and
footsteps.
Daxter, great platformers. But at the same time,
I mean,
how
I think
rare
that's
are those?
where... right. Well, I think, when those games were coming out, I really think those were like the last great of its generation.
Yeah.
Like, they were the last of their generation to be pulled out of the PS2 era style of video games.
Yeah. Ooh, Sly Cooper as well.
I mean, I beat the first
stealth,
one.
But The first one?
I would say I beat the first one.
I
I don't know
actually-
why. I just guess I never really played them. Like I said, I beat it. I rented it from Blockbuster and beat that bitch.
The first one, I actually had the the remastered collection, and the first game took me like 4 hours, if that. And I posted my time to what's that called? HowLongToBeat.com. Have you ever been on there? It's a website you can basically post your time, how long it took you to beat a game, and it helps you compile how long you spent playing these games. I posted my time on Sly Cooper, and they told me that it had to wait a week because they had to verify that wasn't a lie. And I was like, why? It was an hour faster than the previous, number one. I was like, I didn't even rush. The fuck do you need to verify that for? Or Silent Hill 3. That's a 3-hour game.
Yeah, dude. I'm so sad that they're not bringing out PT. Like, I don't get how
That
they can
pisses
get
me
away with teasing people like that. Like, that's just mean.
And everybody
It's like, hey, you haven't eaten in
loved
3
it.
days? Let's go give you a steak. Just like Metal Gear. You can smell it, but you can't eat it. Not yet.
That PT thing is beyond fucked up because so many people loved it. Why would you do that?
Right.
Especially like you do this, you're guaranteed to make money. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're making money if you release this. Fuck it, let's cancel it. Whoever made that decision should be fired. I'm not even joking. I would fire them. What? Sounds like a plane. What the fuck?
Sorry,
Sounds
dude.
like a
I'm
plane.
sending a text,
Oh.
I don't know, like, if this would even be considered more of a podcast or more just like a conversation between me and you.
Same thing. Who gives a shit?
Right.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for. I do want to get back to stealth games real quick, though. What did you... Because I know MGS, that's always going to be your baby. That's your favorite.
That
all
is my
time.
baby. She'll never grow up. That's what I love about her.
What did you think of the new Hitman? Well, Absolution. And did you play any of the newer Splinter Cell games?
What do you mean, like Hitman Contracts?
No, Hitman Absolution. Hitman Contracts is...
Oh, what am I talking
is
about?
in the first three. Codename 47, Contracts, and Blood Money.
Blood Money.
That's the first three. But I'm talking about Absolution. The first three...
yeah.
I feel like we're a lot harder. They were a
I,
lot harder.
I pre-ordered Absolution. I remember.
I did too.
I was living with my brother at his apartment at the time. It's kind of like a dark time for me. Probably one of the darkest in my recent 10 years. But I
took psychology for a year. Let's go into this.
Well, no. Please, God, no. So there was that. I was living with him, and I'd already, I'd paid the game off. So, my brother had an Xbox, and that's what I had pre-ordered it for. So, I went ahead and got the game up, played it, and I beat it, and was fairly disappointed. And I don't want to say fairly disappointed. The game is great. I've played through it again. I played through it twice, pretty much. Once, maybe 3 months ago, and then, back when it came out. But I didn't like the guard system, how they noticed you. I don't know if...
Yeah, that was
just
cheap as shit.
I mean, you could be in disguise, but if you weren't doing that little focus thing, that they would notice you. Like, that just irritated me to death.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's fuck... For stealth
because
games. Okay.
Well, that's what Hitman. That's what grabbed me, was being able to turn into somebody and then be in that environment disguised as somebody, but they don't know it.
Yeah.
And you never
that's
had
the
to do no
point.
funky fucking little fucking. Oh, I'm a cop. Oh, hold on, let me talk into my radio real fast while I walk past you. That's not suspicious at all. Like.
Yeah, like
it just drove me nuts.
Basically, the bad thing is Batman Arkham Asylum, fantastic game. But
oh yeah, all of
the
them
detective
all of them.
mechanic,
like they're
and the
just,
Hitman mechanic and Splinter Cell's shit, it makes no sense. They're not fucking superhumans.
No,
Stop
Splinter
adding
Cell
that. Splinter Cell makes more sense because of the technology.
Splinter Cell
Hitman
was only
makes no
good
sense.
Up until the second or third one. Whatever
The
one.
third one was Chaos or something like
no,
that.
the one where
third
you were
one
in
was
the
good.
prison.
That's Double Agent, I believe.
I think it is. Yeah. Like, see, I'm not.
Double Agent was good.
I love
the third
stealth
one,
games.
Chaos Cell or something like that. It was the best one, I think.
I just didn't like any of the newer ones on the new. Like, I loved PS2 generation, PS3 generation. I did not care for.
The new
I have
one,
not played the new one.
Not Blacklist. That's the newest one. The one before that, I forget its name, but it had a mechanic to where you could go into like, oh, I can see through walls, or I can fucking slow down time and tag people, and then shoot, just fucking.
That's the one I
slaughter
hated.
them. And I'm
That's
like,
the one I hated.
the game is kind of fun, but that's not stealth.
Yeah.
That's not a Splinter Cell game.
Now, if there's anything about Splinter Cell that I love to death, it's the multiplayer. That is just fun. I love the idea
the second
of
one,
spies versus mercenaries, where the spies are hiding and you gotta find them.
Yeah,
I loved it.
That was
it was fun.
Splinter Cell Pandora something. I want to say
Pandora Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's one of the first games that I played online on my Xbox. I played that.
Hell yeah.
It was hard as shit. If you were,
I think I remember coming over to your house and watching you play, and you let me play a few times.
Yeah, we played.
I'm pretty sure that's the first time I ever played a Splinter Cell game online.
Yeah, you and Cody actually were over playing.
Yeah,
that. I remember that. So I got a picture. Yeah, that was a weird.
I remember
day.
that because we got chased in the woods by that 4-wheeler, and we all tried to book it back up that rock hill. And I don't think you made it. I think
got chased by a coyote demon. It was fun.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, man. I wish they would go back to all that shit, though.
Huh?
I wish they would go back to all that shit. Like,
that would be nice.
The only game I've played recently that makes sense for is fucking Shadow of Mordor. It makes sense that he can do all that because he does have a supernatural being attached to him. Most games with that kind of mechanic don't make sense. Even Batman.
Yeah.
Having that without having to recharge or anything like that, it's too much. It would make me feel more like Batman if I didn't have to use that constantly. It would be like the mix between like the original Zelda or Link to the Past or even Ocarina of Time or something like that. It gives you clues.
Zelda, that's another topic.
Yeah, it gives you clues on what to do, but it doesn't say, "Hey, here's here's a wall. You should probably spray a bat symbol on it and blow it the fuck up." It says, "Hey, here's a crack in the wall.
That's like,
you might have a bomb. I don't know. Maybe you should test it out."
Speaking of Zelda, real quick, did you ever
Nope.
you ever beat Majora's Mask?
I have not. I had it on
I'm telling
3DS,
you,
but I had to sell it. I have it on the Wii though. I'm about to plug the Wii back up into my room because I had the N64 version on my Wii, as well as Ocarina of Time, and I really want to go back through. And
Well,
beat
even with the
Ocarina of Time
3DS
again.
version.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, even with the 3DS version, I mean, Ocarina of Time I beat by myself. That's where my love of System of a Down comes in. That's because of that game. But as far as
What?
Zelda games, what? Excuse me?
System of a Down for Zelda? What?
I just used to listen to it all the time while I played that game.
There are so many things wrong with what you just said.
Elaborate.
First off, Ocarina of Time's soundtrack was fantastic. Second off, System of a
When I
Down,
was a teenage kid,
I
dude,
love
System of a Down while I played video games.
fantastic band. They've never released a bad album, but they don't exactly fit.
I don't know, dude. Sarah Englishweiler burned me a CD, and that's what I did
Why does that name sound
for fucking 3.5 months, was play that every day. Now, Majora's Mask, it was just too fucking hard, and I never beat it. Still never beat it. Still haven't beat it.
That reminds me
The
of when
Zelda game I
come
beat
over.
was Link Between Worlds,
Yeah, I
which
still
was fucking amazing.
I
about
still
to
need to
start
buy your
another
3DS
playthrough.
from you when I get this job soon. But
Fuck yeah.
that reminds me of when just for throwing this out there as reference, me and Terry started as enemies over a girl. And one of the things that bonded us was our love for video games. And do you remember I'd come over, we'd play, this was before Guitar Hero and everything even. We'd play Resident Evil 4 and blast
that's
Chimera
way
and
back.
Slayer and shit. Like just fucking crank it to where
yeah.
the neighbors could hear it.
I just wish I had all my old original systems. Like, I don't know what happened to any of them. Like, my PS2, I don't know what happened to that thing.
I still
GameCube, don't fucking know.
the GameCube. That is
PS1?
the one I regret getting rid of the most. But
Alright.
the PS2 that we have at our house, you might have seen it. That is the original one. I got that for Christmas
Really?
the year it came out. That is still the one that we have. That N64 that I showed you the other day, or I posted pictures of a few weeks ago that we were playing. That is the original one that we got for Christmas. Still
Really?
fucking works.
That's my brother too, dude. He still has his original one, and
Yeah.
God damn, dude. I remember my mom bought him probably the same time, dude. Right when it came out around Christmas time, I think is when he got it. My mom bought both of us one.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo.
And he still has it. He still has his original PSP when they first came out.
Okay, the PSP was literally only good because you could hack
Well,
it so easily.
Whatever, dude. I
That was
remember.
Infected.
I remember living in Iowa and
playing Infected.
yeah, Infected was good. But I remember living in Iowa and you know, we lived in like a fancy old person trailer park, and they had
That
like
it
if they
just
were-
sounds like an oxymoron. A fancy old person trailer park.
But no, what I'm saying is there was like an old folk trailer park, but you know, a really nice
okay.
one. Like,
So it was
if you were
more.
to see the
It
inside
was
of the
kept up
trailer-
more than your last one.
fuck that, dude.
That was a fun place to visit.
Hey, dude, you know, whatever. The trailer was really nice, dude. I mean, I'm saying like, no, but like these trailers were literally meant for the elderly. They were super nice. Like you would go inside of them and it would feel like you're in a house type shit, you know?
Sit down showers, the whole deal.
Yeah. But anyway, you know, and you know, most of the trailers in my grandma's area, because it was like they were still building these new ones, and you know, so a lot of them were vacant. Whatever, however, I can't say that word, but you could literally walk down the street. They would have a sign sitting outside of the trailer, and you could just go in it. Like
Wait, a sign you could go in?
no, there'd be like for rent, and you could literally just go like, you know, if somebody was to drive by it and see it, they could get out of their car and go look without having to have somebody there. It was just like an open house.
Oh.
Something. It was that trusted.
That's
you know?
awesome.
So I used to go into those motherfuckers. Like I got my second job, not first, second job at IHOP as a busboy and a host, and got 2 paychecks, bought a PSP, bought like 4 games, and quit my job because I just wanted a PSP, dude. And I would go into
I
those
remember getting
vacant
a
houses,
PSP.
dude, and just lay on the couches that they would have in there and just play it for hours. Like, it was awesome. I remember one time, and this was nuts. Like, this was like what I'm saying, how anybody can come up in there and look at it. Well, dude, they went all out. Fake furniture, fake, you know, plastic amenities, of course, empty boxes of cereal, but they'd actually have beds and couches and shit in there. And I'm laying on one of the beds in there, dude, and I just remember I hear the door open, dude, and I'm just like, oh shit. And I like hid, not under it because you couldn't get under it, but I hid on the side of it. And they walked in the room, but never went over to my side of the bed and just walked back out. Like, it scared the shit out of me.
You
dude.
played Solid Snake. Did you have a box over you?
Nah, dude, couldn't. No box, no box. I wish I had a box. That'd have been great.
I remember getting the PSP too. Like, it was, I don't know, 7th or 8th grade or something like that. But I had it back when it was cool to have one. Like, right as soon as it came out, I asked my grandma for it, so she got me it. I took it to school, and like Howard and all them fucking like crowded on me. They're like, "Dude, what's that? That's the PSP and all that shit." Like, can I hold it? Blah blah blah. And to half of them, I was like, "No, you can't fucking hold it. I don't trust you. Still don't trust him to this day."
Yeah.
But I got rid of that. The only reason I liked it is because they were so easy to hack that you could put Super Nintendo and fucking NES games on there and shit.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't think I ever had one long enough to figure all that out.
Well, I didn't
I've
have
had,
one
like,
either,
3.
but Pris had one.
See, I remember
when I visited
my
it
mom-
and I hacked it and I made it to where you could download PSP games and put them on there and you'd get them for free. Which I just admitted to theft, but I don't give a fuck. I'm a rebel without a cause. I'm going platinum.
Yeah, my PSP got stolen at school, and my
I
mom
think
bought
I
me
remember
another one.
that.
But it was like it was the light gray slim one.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it came with Ratchet and Clank. My
Yeah.
mom still has the sticker that came on the screen on her visor in her car.
Fuck.
But I sold that, and she got so fucking mad, dude. Like, it was nuts how mad she got, and I only had it for a few weeks. Like, the
Jesus
PSP is
Christ.
always a system I was always excited to get, but then I start playing it, and I just don't play it anymore. Unlike the 3DS, like, goddamn, I'm surprised that thing still works as many hours I put on that thing.
Yeah. Well, shit, you get
Ridiculous.
a Game Boy, they still fucking work. I found that out fucking a couple of years ago.
Fuck yeah.
I found an old one, and I was like, wow, this still works. That's weird.
I remember being a kid that didn't know how to play video games playing a Game Boy. Like, I remember playing Castlevania on the Game Boy and just dying all the time and not knowing why or what I was doing. I still remember to myself, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a little shit. I don't know what I'm doing.
I've never been that kid. Like, I started when I was
that kid.
My first memory was riding home from Walmart with a Super Nintendo in my lap, and on the back in my car seat, and on the on the back of the box, I still remember it came with Super Mario World. So on the box, you know how they always display games you can play on the system on the box, how they used to anyway. It showed Mario being chased by Bullet Bill. And that is my earliest memory. And so I've been playing games since I was 2. When I was 4, I started playing games like fucking Commander Keen, Wolfenstein 3D, and all that shit on Microsoft DOS.
I vaguely remember.
Before Windows, Microsoft DOS. Wolfenstein's it's still fun.
I know. My story with Wolfenstein is a long one. I won't get into it, but I just say I can vaguely remember playing the game when I was young or watching somebody play it. Don't really remember. Yeah, I used to, my brother, I remember, used to take me over to his girlfriend's house. If you're listening, Janae, girlfriend, back in the day. You've been happily married for so long. You know what I'm saying? But no,
you have to clarify that there's no affair going on at the
You'd go into this chick's basement, dude, and they'd just be fucking like 20 fucking people down there playing Sega, dude. And I just remember being a little kid just watching these motherfuckers play Earthworm Jim for fucking hours. And it was just shit.
Dude, my back when I was like 6 and 7 and shit like that, my mom and my stepdad would have like parties at the house and stuff like that, and invite all their friends and stuff like that. And you know, I'm just a little kid there. All I want to do is play video games. Mm-hmm. But these motherfuckers think that they can outgame me.
I can outgame you.
So we're fucking sitting there with the Sega Genesis having a fucking tournament with that. I forget what it's called, but it's that Power Ranger Brawler where you play as the
tournament fighter?
Yeah, the tournament fighter where you play as the monsters and fucking... it's hard as shit.
Yeah, that and the Ninja Turtles one were just fucking plain horse shit all the way around. Like, I don't
But
care
I mean,
how
when
you put
it's 2-player, it's a lot easier. When it's 1-player, no, fuck that, nonsense. But 2-player, we used to have tournaments like that. Or like Mario Kart and shit like that.
Well, dude, I think that this first ever podcast is kind of a success. You know, more or less conversation. I'd say it was a conversation more than anything.
That's what podcasts are, right?
But still, yeah. Well, you know, most podcasts have backbone. We just talked about random shit and more shit.
We had some...
Yeah, but for a first one, I think this was great. And if anybody listening has made it this far, we'd love to hear your feedback. And if you'd like to, have us keep doing this. Yeah,
and those out there, this is going to be on YouTube. There will be some kind of video behind it. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to put yet. But you can also find it on SoundCloud. There's a MuchGame account on there. I've made it. This is going to be the first thing up on it. So there will be a link in the description thing. So if you just want to listen to it, you can go down to that. You can also subscribe to the SoundCloud so that anytime we upload a new one, basically it'll pop up there.
Right.
We won't... It might be a weekly thing. We haven't really decided on, how frequent or how regular it'll be yet.
Oh, it's my hourly pay.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it depends on Terry, what kind of wage Terry wants, because I pay him. I'm the CEO of MuchGame, in case anybody was wondering.
Yeah.
For this non-profit organization. Please
Thank
donate.
you guys for listening. We do appreciate it if you've made it this far.
If you're on the YouTube video, like and subscribe. And leave comments. Leave comments.
Yes, dude.
And mention
Leave your opinions on everything we've talked about and how bad of people we are.
Yeah, if you think that Metal Gear Solid is not overhyped like I do, comment it down there. If you think that it doesn't have horrible mechanics, comment it down there. It has horrible mechanics. I like the games.
Fuck out of here.
Terrible mechanics.
I will fucking find you.
You know where I live, you dumbass.
And I will go there.
You know where I live. It's 35 minutes away, so have fun.
Right. But thank you guys for listening in. We're gonna go ahead and end this first ever MuchGame conversation here.
Yes, we are.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Peace out, homies.
See you guys. Catch you on the flip side.
Grapes.
grapes. Okay, cool.